Hi friends! This is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. This is Heart of the Woods Part 15. As you can see, I moved. Brand new area, brand new place. Old recording software, so my voice and video will be out of sync again. I, for the love of me, can't figure out why the new recording system is so finicky. It's like, hey, you can record, but only sometimes. And I pick when that is. And I'm like, but no software, be at my whim. Such a problem. Anyways, let's just jump straight into things, because things are exciting. Because now Maddie is the fairy queen. We have actual live bodies with Abigail. Strange. And everything's made up with Tara. So let's figure out what the heck we're going to do from here. Start. Yay! Oh wait, no. Wrong. No. I'm loading. Load. Chapter 5. That would be bad. Load. Yes.
Don't push it.
Don't push it. Thank you, Maddie. Well, there we go. Wait, is that right?
It.
Yeah, it is. Sorry about that. Maddie goes to Morgan. Here we go. End up bringing Abigail into Tara's room. The two of us carefully step over the pile of clothes on the floor to sit on the bed. She bounces on it a few times. I don't think she's used to springs.
Having fun?
Mm-hmm.
How do you people sleep in these? Aren't you afraid of just bouncing out of bed? It's not that bouncy. It's just comfortable. I suppose tomorrow I can let you know if I agree. So, what is it you wanted to talk about? It's...
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for this. The whole, like, you might be of my family line type of deal. And how is it to be torn apart by the evil that's inside of Evelyn? It's hard to put into words. No matter what I had been preparing myself for, a conversation like this wasn't part of it.
It's about family.
There we go.
Our family.
Yeah. How did you already figure this out? That's my question here, Morgan.
Our...
Oh.
You're a Dulcing as well?
Oh, snap.
I'm a Fisher, actually. But a change in last name doesn't change the fact that we're part of the same family.
Oh, snap. Okay, now I'm sitting here going, wait, the green eyes. Yep, should have seen that one through. At first I couldn't believe it. When Maddie and Abigail were telling their story, I thought there must have been some sort of misunderstanding or that I'd heard wrong. But the details all matched up. Not just with what Evelyn's told me over the years she tried to break my spirit, but with the notes and journals left behind by those before me.
So she hasn't changed after all these years. It's still us. Yeah. I'm supposed to be next. There isn't anyone else. No siblings or aunts or uncles. Just me and her.
Oh. She makes a sound of sympathy and moves closer to me on the bed, touching my shoulder gently. I tense up, almost shaking hard enough to shrug her off, but she remains. I don't want to be that person anymore. The one afraid to let anyone close, physically or emotionally. There you go!
I'm sorry.
I just nod. I can tell that she doesn't know what to say either, and that's fine.
Do you mind if I ask you something? Sure. Why didn't you leave?
Yeah?
Back in my time, it wasn't even a possibility. There was no way I could have escaped. We wouldn't have gotten very far if we'd tried. But now, Madison's told me about all sorts of fantastic machines and devices. Surely you could have gone.
I shrug. Of course I considered it. Dreamed about it even. But there's no way she could know that. And besides...
I thought about running away many times. I thought of a lot of different ways to make sure she couldn't hurt me anymore. But the same thing stopped me every time.
Oh?
She wouldn't just give up because I'm not around. She'd find someone else, just like she always has.
Aww.
And they'd die instead.
I brace for her to tell me that's ridiculous, that I should put myself first, or to burst into tears at the very notion. Instead, she laughs. It's not a happy laugh, though.
I see. I understand. Truly.
Aww.
I chose to die for someone else's sake as well. Someone I cared about very deeply.
She sighs wistfully, remembering days long gone. I can't help but smile, the same way that she laughed.
I see I'm just carrying on the family tradition then. Let's make sure it ends with you.
There we go. I nod. It will, one way or another.
I am glad, though, to know that our family turned out to have people as wonderful as you.
Yes.
I'm really not anything that special.
Oh, but you are.
I disagree. Not just anyone could have done what you have.
Yes. She leans forward, wrapping her arms around me in a gentle hug. This time I don't hesitate, I hug her back. Family. It's never been a word that really meant much to me. All that I've had was the monster in my home. Now, though, I realize that that's no longer the case. We separate, and I gesture towards the door. She nods. Together we leave the room and rejoin the rest of our family. Aww, Maddie. Abigail and Morgan come out of Tara's room and join us, both smiling. I have to ask her what they talked about later tonight. But right now, I'm just enjoying the moment. I feel more at peace than at any time since arriving in Einsfeld. Even during the slightest moment with Abigail, there's still the lingering bleakness of being a ghost. Now, despite the threat of Evelyn, it feels like there's a chance of everything turning out well. As we talk, Morgan's cat comes and hops up on my lap. I would have expected her to take to Abigail, not me. I scratch behind her ears, and she leans into motion, purring contently. Tara notices and sits up straight.
Wait a sec. Mads, I just realized. But you haven't met Geladura yet, right?
Yes.
I have. Back in the shop, right after we arrived. Remember?
No, I mean, like, met her. Morgan was right. She really can talk.
Ha.
She can.
I can.
Oh. The cat sits up on my lap, staring into my eyes. Her tail swishes lazily.
If I feel like it.
The face. Both Abigail and I stare in shock at the talking cat.
Then why didn't you sooner?
It was the first question that comes to mind. Geladura closes her eyes. After a moment, I start to think that she's fallen asleep, but then she opens them once more.
I didn't feel like it.
I look over at Morgan sitting across from me.
I guess I owe you an apology.
It's fine. She certainly didn't make it easy to believe.
Geladura stands up, her tail lashing as she strides over to drape herself across Abigail. In response, Abigail strokes Geladura's fur, looking almost as gleeful as when she had our first meal.
I didn't know if I could trust you.
Fair.
Now I know.
Oh. I leave two of them to their cooing and cuddling and walk over to the front window, peering outside. But she's a fairy. They should talk because honestly, she could be the fairy queen, right? Right? How many times have I stared at the stars these past few nights? Abigail taught me a few constellations, but tonight looks like an entirely different sky. I rest my head against the window pane, soaking in the starlight and calm.
Hey, by the way, you said you only came into the village that one time, right?
Yeah, we didn't want to risk it any more than that. Not with how close we came to Evelyn.
Makes sense.
Yep.
You, didn't see anything embarrassing when you were spying on us, right?
We weren't spying. Or at least we weren't trying to. But no. Thank God.
Oh, phew. For real though, after this is over, but before we leave, you've got to show us some of the cool spots in the forest.
Sure, that'd be fun. Actually, do you want to go right now?
What? But, Geladura, am I wrong? Okay.
Oh, wait, for real?
I can show you the fairy clearing at least. That's our favorite spot.
How long a walk is it? It's getting kind of late.
Oh, we wouldn't need to walk.
Tara's face slowly morphs from puzzlement to excitement. She realizes what I'm suggesting.
You mean like magic?
I nod.
Oh, hell yeah!
There we go! Her enthusiasm startles Geladura, who hops up and runs away. Abigail gestures in vain for her to come back.
You two up for a field trip?
Oh, she's about to cry! Abigail's still upset at losing her new friend, nods stiffly and says nothing.
Sure.
Geladura traipses back in, returning to Abigail's face. Abigail perks up immediately.
Would you like to come with us, Miss Geladura?
I suppose so. Oh, carry me.
Abigail gladly obliges. There we go. I lead everyone outside and into the tree line just in case there's anyone watching. I gather everyone into a circle and the four of us lock hands while Geladura perches on Abigail's neck.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And the forest greets me and I respond in kind. It shows us the way to its heart, to the lake. I hold Abigail and Tara's hands tightly and breathe the softest sigh. I thank the forest. Then I open my eyes and we're here. As soon as we arrive, I can feel the presence of the fairies in my mind. They're instantly aware of where we are, and I send them all a mental greeting, which is returned right away. Geladura sticks her ears back and her tail begins to lash harder than before. I wonder if she can feel the magic too. Before I can ask, Tara whistles in awe.
Dang, Mads. You really leveled up, huh?
Yeah, kinda. She's the fairy queen.
I put all my skill points into magic.
Even more, Morgan looks dumbstruck, something I'm not used to in front of her. She tilts her head back, staring in open-mouthed wonder at the glimmering trees and fairy lights.
What is this place? Are we really still in the forest?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a very special grove. It was one of the first places I brought Madison. We came back here many times.
It definitely feels magical. Oh, damn it. I should have brought my camera.
Yeah. We all head down to the pond. Tara and Morgan gawk at the unfrozen waters, same way I did when I first saw it. I feel a strange sense of pride, seeing them so excited about this place. A loud buzzing sound suddenly fills my ear, and before I can warn Tara and Morgan what's about to happen, fairies burst forth from the trees. Tara yelps in shock as they pass over her, wings beating noisily.
Your Majesty! You're back! You returned!
Hello, you three.
It's nice to be greeted so enthusiastically, even if I didn't exactly want to be clean. I wave, expecting the three of them to come to me right away. But to my surprise, there we go. The fairies sail right past me and flock around Abigail instead.
Our queen!
Yes! Geladura hisses as Abigail shrinks back, looking afraid.
I'm not your queen. She's over there.
Abigail tries to point to me, but the fairies ignore her.
No, you're not. We know you aren't. It isn't you.
One of them reaches for Geladura. She swats at the fairies with one paw, just like Abigail did when she first encountered them. The fairies react with shocked ignorance, their mouths open in identical shapes of puzzlement. They abandon verbal communication and instead emanate a wave of questioning curiosity. Although I can feel it, it's not directly at me. By listening, or rather, by feeling, I realize who they're communicating with. Geladura.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Just to be sure I'm right, I communicate the request for confirmation. Despite her discomfort, Geladura turns to me from Abigail's arms, blinking languidly.
Yes, that's right.
Now I'm the one whose jaw drops in shock.
Care to fill us in, Mads?
Cat? Geladura? Fairy Queen.
Yep. Everyone is silent for a moment, even the fairies. Then Abigail clears her throat.
Does that mean I should set you down then?
No, this is fine.
Wait a second. A little seed of hope blooms instantly within my heart. The fairies answer my question before I can even think it. The seed of hope withers and dies in response.
Maddie?
I close my eyes tightly. I see Geladura in my mind's eye. The rest of the world fades away as I speak to her. Once again, the fabrics of time, terror, and disappear. The fairies guide our voices. Geladura can't be Fairy Queen. Not anymore. Not after what the Moonsick one did to her. Evelyn. Ooh, that was creepy. Last pieces of puzzle fall into place. I see clearly Evelyn, the rogue fairy, burning under the moonlight. The Fairy Queen ritual gone wrong. Geladura running after Evelyn, and then disappearing. Without realizing it, I've reached out for Geladura, stroking her fur. The fairies and I communicate with the heart of the woods to free her and restore her rightful place on the throne. The woods rush forth its strength. Fairies conglomerate around us, the buzzing increasing in frequency until it's a dull hum. I reach within myself. The waxing moon basks the scene, and I gather its light into a pool in my hands. Reaching out, I feel the magic of Geladura begin to vibrate violently. It burns to the touch. Geladura yells in pain, and all at once the magic shatters and melts away. With a gasp, I'm back in the present. Abigail rushes over to catch me, and the effects of time return. Their interest in this and their obsolete queen waning, the fairies clump back, get ready to depart.
We'll see you again soon. When the moon is at its brightest. One way or another.
With a cheerful reminder, they take off, fading off in the sight. I separate their thoughts from my own and push them away.
Madison, what happened?
Take a deep breath and say to myself. Abigail scoops the pained Geladura into her arms, petting and cooing.
It's a long story. I'll tell you later. Geladura, are you alright?
Yes. It was foolish to think you, new Spring Queen, could dispel such a powerful curse on a waxing moon.
Geladura turns away and grooms herself. I feel a rush of guilt. Tara touches my arm slightly.
You okay, Mads?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She grins and pats my back, trying to ease the mood. She stretches wide and lets out a huge, nervous laugh.
Oh, good. Well, that wasn't like anything I expected. The fairies especially.
Yeah?
What did you think they'd be like?
I have no idea. But it definitely didn't involve your cat being a queen.
That's a good point.
I would have gotten you the nicer cat food if I'd known.
Yo, Gelato, how come you never told us you were a fairy queen?
Gelato. Geladura doesn't even deign to look at Tara.
You never asked.
As soon as we arrive back at the cabin, Abigail begins a mad dash towards the couch and flops down on it with a loud thud. I'm a little surprised by how quickly she covers the distance. Geladura leaps from her arms and trots over to the kitchen, immediately sticking her food in her food bowl.
Oh, my feet.
Aww.
Are they sore? I can imagine walking around again after so long might be a bit draining.
No, it's not that. It's these boots.
Abigail kicks her boots, sends it flying, hitting a yelp of surprise from Tara as one of the boots nearly hits her head dead on.
Your feet are bigger than mine. Do you have any idea what it feels like to get snow in your boots for the first time in 200 years?
That's a good point. The three of us shudder in unison at the thought. Tara takes another step away from the boot, as if she's afraid of it infecting her with cold feet.
I can tell you right now that when we do go to America, I'm going to be spending the entirety of the winter months indoors.
I can't help grinning at her words. Even if it wasn't entirely serious, that's the first time I've heard her speak about our future together with that much certainty. That's adorable. I make my way to the couch and sit down beside her, putting my arm around her without a second thought. She leans back against me, our bodies perfectly aligned. Oh.
When the summer months roll around, I am definitely taking you ladies to the beach.
Abigail instantly perks up at that, clasping her hands together and leaning towards Tara with a huge grin on her face.
Yes! Goodness! The sand, the sun. I'd love to see the ocean.
Yes. Morgan seems a little less enthusiastic about the prospect of a beach. Her face an expression of more concern than excitement.
If we go to the beach, I'm going to end up looking like a lobster.
Yeah, but you'd be a really hot lobster.
Ha ha ha. I try as hard as I can to suppress a groan, but Morgan and Abigail both chuckle. Abigail I can understand, but the fact that Morgan genuinely finds this kind of thing endearing is baffling.
Thanks, babe. So, Abigail, what's the most interesting invention you've seen since you came back?
I suppose... I haven't seen much of it, but the internet seems like a wonderful tool. I love the idea of being connected and sharing thoughts, feelings, and creativity with everyone around the world.
That's fair.
My girl!
Yes.
There isn't a single person more qualified to teach you about the internet than I am. We are gonna have a blast.
There is no way I'm going to let you be the one to show her around the web. You get into enough trouble on your own.
But Madison, doesn't Tara perform on the internet? I assume that means she's very knowledgeable about its workings.
Tara raises an eyebrow and leans down to place her hands on the table, staring closely at Abigail.
So Mads told you about Paranormal, huh?
Oh no.
She told me some things. I know you tell stories about supernatural occurrences and that you take them very seriously, even when they're quite obviously untrue.
Did she now?
Uh-oh.
Sweetie, maybe we shouldn't...
And she told me that people all over the world enjoy watching you. It sounds like you must be an incredible storyteller.
Nice save.
Tara breaks into the same massive grin she always puts on when she knows she's found a new audience.
You don't know the half of it, Abby. I've got a million of them.
Roll my eyes and lean back against the couch. Abigail just moves closer, ready to hear whatever Tara is going to say next. Just looking at her feels healing. If listening to Tara's stories makes her happy, then Tara can tell as many as she wants. Not that I'll ever tell Tara that, of course. One story turns into another. Morgan and I chime in with correction every now and then, and we mostly let Tara work her magic. Abigail keeps asking questions, and Tara keeps eating them up. If Morgan's anything like me, she must enjoy seeing the girl she loves acting so happy. I know I am. I don't know what's going to happen after this. We're still in danger. We still don't have a way out. But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy our time together. All of us. I just wish I could shake the feeling that this is the last time we'll have this chance. We stay like that for a while, telling stories, making jokes, and most importantly, talking about our future. Whether it happens or not, talking about it pulls all three of us at ease. When we talk about sharing technology with Abigail, getting her and Morgan new wardrobes, where we're going to go on dates when we get back, in those moments, it all feels real, like we're remembering moments that haven't happened yet. Eventually, the sun begins to dip below the horizon. We have another huge meal, to Abigail's delight. Afterwards, Tara tells more about her stories as Morgan and I clean up after them. I'm not sure if the four of us are going to stay in one apartment for long when we get back, but I think I'd really enjoy being around Tara and Morgan. Not as much as I enjoy being around Abigail, of course, but enough enjoyment to make me want to stick with them. In time, Abigail starts to yawn and blink wearily as Tara talks. She hasn't had a chance to sleep since she got her body back, It's no doubt unprepared for the strength of a body's need for a rest. When the sun finally sets, we say our goodbyes and head to our room. I'm already looking forward to the morrow. Morgan! Hey. I close the door to Tara's room and lean against it, steadying myself. I'm still trying to process everything that's happened. I have family. Real family. Family that doesn't want to hear me. And I'm not just talking about Abigail. I was watching the three of them talk and laugh together. I felt, oh, you have your found family. Yes. Welcome to queerdom. Queerdom means found family because they're the ones who understand. So, welcome. We love you. I felt like I was home. Like this is where I've always belonged.
Hey, you okay?
No. Tara's sitting in the bed in front of me, looking at me with curious eyes.
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry, just trying to wrap my head around all this.
I getcha. There's a lot to unpack. You can take your time with it.
She scratches the back of her neck, giving me a nervous smile.
I guess that means now isn't really a good time to talk, huh?
What do you mean?
I wanted to talk to you about something, or ask you about something, I don't know. It can wait if you still want to work on getting your stuff sorted.
That's fair.
Is something wrong?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I've just been thinking about some stuff.
Like...
Tara takes a deep breath and scoots back on the bed. She curls her legs up towards herself, taking a surprisingly subdued posture.
It's, well... You know how Abby's been calling us a couple all day? Even though we told her we're not?
I mean, you guys kind of are a couple.
Yeah, she's not very good at taking hints.
No.
I'm not sure if that's it. I think she's just, like, direct. Kinda like you. Runs in the family, I guess. I know we agreed that we were going to stay friends, or whatever you'd call this, until this is all over. I get that. But after seeing the two of them, I'm not sure if I feel like that anymore.
Aww.
We've still got a lot of shit left to deal with. We still don't have a plan. But I think that's okay.
She shrugs half-heartedly and looks down. I want to give her a hug, but I can't move.
Abby put a name on this thing we have when we couldn't, and maybe she's wrong, but I don't want her to be. I really love you, Morgan. I don't want to deny that. I want to be closer than just friends that love each other.
Don't.
Oh no. The words leave my mouth before I have a chance to think about it.
What?
Please don't ask.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I thought...
It's not that I don't want to. That's why I'm asking you not to say it. Because I know I'll say yes if you do.
Oh. She looks up at me. I can practically hear the cogs turning in her head.
Why don't you want to say yes?
People get hurt when they get close to me. I don't even like having friends because of how guilty I feel when Evelyn gets in the way.
Oh.
I'm already so close to you. Closer than I've ever been to anyone. But if I put a label on it, a part of me just feels like it would put you in more danger.
Oh. It feels so stupid to say it out loud. It's just a word. Why am I so afraid of a word?
Besides, I've never had a girlfriend before. I don't know what it could mean for me. Or for you.
What do you mean? What about the one that taught you how to knit?
Oh no. How could I have forgotten about that lie? It was just so easy to say back then. Made me seem like I knew what I was doing. Made it easier to ignore what happened with those girls. What? Tara's understood everything about me, but I don't want to tell her about what I did with them, or why I did it. What?
Hey, it's cool. I've had plenty of girls lie about having girlfriends before. It's just a thing people do.
Oh.
We can just forget about it. We're past lies now, right?
Her words stab at me like needles. It's not like she's trying to force this out of me. I could even tell myself that this isn't a lie. That's just telling her about something she never asked about.
There's more to it than a simple lie.
Oh. Wait, what am I saying? What am I doing?
There are still things I haven't told you about me. about what I've done. Things that could make you change your mind.
Tara manages a weak smile. It's hard to be reassuring when you don't know what you're reassuring someone about.
If you don't want to date, that's okay. I get it. But nothing you can tell me is gonna change how I feel about you.
Oh. She sits forward again and pats the spot on the bed next to her. But right now, I'd rather be miles away from her, not closer. I hate feeling like this. I finally learned how to get close to people, and now I'm back to pushing her away.
Do you remember what I called myself the first time we talked to Geladura?
The cursed child.
A shell.
No.
But you know that's bullshit now, right? We're gonna make sure Evelyn can't get in your head anymore.
Evelyn isn't the only one that made me feel that way.
Oh, my mouth feels dry. I need something to drink, but I know what'll happen if I stop. If this closes, it won't open again.
I didn't learn how to knit from an ex-girlfriend. I learned from Hannah.
Okay, who's Hannah?
I had feelings for her. We were close. But she cut off all contact with me when I told her how I felt.
Oh.
Word travels fast in Eisenfeld. Within a week, everyone in the village knew I was gay.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's a small town for you. I am just so sorry.
That's when bad things started happening to Hannah.
Oh, no.
She slipped on a patch of ice and broke her leg. A few days later, her dog died. The next week, she came down with the worst flu any of us had ever seen.
Oh.
I knew it was Evelyn's doing. But who was going to believe me? As far as they were concerned, all this happened because she rejected me. I'm pretty sure some of the older people in the village still think I'm a witch.
Oh. I clench my fist, sticking my nails and as far into my palm as they'll go before my limbs freeze up. As far as they'll go until the icy hex within me takes over again.
Nobody talked to me for a month. You told me that you spoke to some girls our age back when you were doing interviews. Did you ask them about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
What did they say?
Nothing really bad or anything. One of them seemed closer to you than the other two, and her friend was kind of teasing her about it. Just typical stuff.
As if any one of them would have the right to mock each other. They're all the same.
I probably slept with her.
What? Wait. How does that track? I wait for Tara to voice her disbelief, but she doesn't say a word.
After Hannah got better, girls started coming by the store.
You became that. Sorry, don't mean to. This is very emotional, but it tracks that. After being that one gay, openly gay person, that people would come and go, "Hey, you're gay, right? Right?"
They always had some kind of excuse. They'd start dropping hints. Talk about how they'd always been curious about what it was like to be with a girl. How they didn't have anywhere to be that day.
Uh-huh. Aww. And all she wanted was actually, like, to have feelings and a girlfriend, like a rational person. Ugh. I still can't look at her. Any rational person would judge me for this. I know I've judged myself plenty. I'm not gonna judge you. Girl, it's fine.
They always left right after. Most of them wouldn't talk about it. They'd just go back to their normal lives.
Okay.
I guess some of them talked, though. Soon enough, I got a reputation.
A reputation?
I knew I was being used. I resigned myself to being a shell. So I let them use that shell.
Aww. You're more of an awesome human. I know when I started moving, but before I know it, I'm standing by the bed.
Evelyn never let me feel like this body belonged to me. She chose my clothes, she chose my style, she even chose what I do with my hair. It was her body, and she wanted it how she liked it.
Ugh. I can't keep standing as much as I want to push away. I sit down next to Tara. Looking at her face, I can't tell what she's thinking. My mind runs through every worst case scenario as I find myself push onward.
But things have been different with you. For the first time, sex started to mean something. Being open started to seem possible. being myself started to seem possible.
Aww.
But all I know about myself is how easy it is for other people to use me. If I go out into the world and live for myself, I don't know what kind of person I'm going to become.
You're an awesome person already. The shaking has started to subside, replaced with a painful knot in my gut. Almost there. I can just make it.
What if I end up becoming someone you can't love? What if my shell is the only worthwhile part of me?
Oh, you are awesome. You're fine. I promise. Without worrying, Tara throws her arms around me and pulls me close. Rub my arms around her waist without even thinking.
You're not a shell, Morgan. You're the furthest thing from that. Just because someone tried to make you something other than yourself, or because people took advantage of you, that can't destroy the real you. That you has always been there.
With a fire I've never seen before. And a primal wood spirit somehow tied to your heart. I'm making jokes here, but seriously, she's amazing. She is loved.
And I know it a lot better than you might think.
Oh. She nuzzles my neck and I feel the dampness on her cheeks. She's crying.
You've got passion, you've got personality, you've got conviction, you've got so much awesome stuff in you that I couldn't name it all if you gave me a whole week. All of that is the real you.
Yes.
And that's the girl I'm in love with. The girl I want to be with no matter what. And I want to put a name on it so you know that'll never change.
Aww. We pull apart and she wipes the tears from her eyes.
I don't really know a non-cheesy way to put it, so... will you be my girlfriend?
Aww.
If you're okay with everything I've done, with everything I still have to do, then how could I say no?
Okay. Tara instantly lets out a long wheeze and clutches her hand to her chest. She okay?
You good?
Yeah, that was a weird noise.
Yeah, I'm good. Just give me a minute.
Great job, voice actors.
I feel like my body's trying to overcome being allergic to commitment right now.
I awkwardly pat her shoulder. It's obvious that neither of us have any idea what we're supposed to do in a situation like this. Tara grabs me by the waist and gently leads us over to the bed. I press my forehead against hers and, for once, allow myself to be comforted. She strokes my head, my hair. Time slows to a standstill. We kiss. This could be our last night together, but in a way, it's our first night together too. And I'm going to make the most of it. Well, get it! Ah! I hold Tara close in my arms. She's now so close to me, the sun is long gone, but the moon is bright enough to illuminate her smile. I'm smiling too. Close my eyes and let myself relax. I think I might actually sleep all the night. But as always, luck is on my side. Oh no.
Hey,
What?
do you hear that?
Uh-oh. Okay. I know this is a bad time, but I'm going to leave that cliffhanger right there because I have to get going to submit this up and get this going. So, unfortunately, leaving you on a cliffhanger, so come back for part 16. I love you all. Subscribe so you can see what's coming up next. It's going to be exciting. I don't know exactly what it is, but I can tell it's already tense. And I don't want to get into something too intense right at the end here. So, I love you all. Come back. Come hang out again. And let me know what you think of the space. Beyond that, I'll see you next time. Bye!